Hey Android people, I'm back again with another case. I wasn't actually looking to get a new case for a little while, but here I am. It was actually about a month and a half ago that I was recommending my Distronic case to somebody else who had an iPhone or something like that. And in conversation, another guy walked up and he had an iPhone 6S Plus. So it's a big screen like mine, and he had a UAG case on it. And I was like, man, that's a nice case. And I looked, and they didn't have any for the 6P yet, but they did have the Supcase that kind of had a similar, look to it. So it was affordable. I picked it up, and here we are. So it was about a month and a half ago, and just wanted to share my thoughts on the Unicorn Beetle series slim hybrid case. So let's check it out. The packaging here, minimal. Fine with me. Saves me, I'm sure, a couple cents on what I would be paying for extra packaging that I don't want. So here it is. I really like it. They said it's a hybrid. You've got this polycarbonate plastic on the back and a TPU on the side. And let's roll in. I'm going to do this. Every review video is always a comparison video, but I find that helpful, so I hope you do too. So I like the lines of it. Looks really nice, clean. The molding is done very well. It's seamless where the polycarbonate and the TPU comes together, and it's just really premium looking, especially for the cost, and we'll get into that. So let's throw this thing in here. It's very tight. Reminds me of putting my phone into the spec cases. Nice snug fit. And there we are. Oops. Nexus. Boom. That's what I like this case, because people don't know I have a Nexus when I do this. But I really like this one. Cutout for the camera is great. Cutout for the fingerprint is great, no problems. And they always say that you should redo your fingerprints whenever you get a case, because your finger sits differently than if your phone was, didn't have a case on it. So I love, let's look, I don't know if you can see the little grip, I don't know, just a design in there. It gives you a little bit of extra traction. The corners are reinforced, so they bump out a little bit. And I actually really like that too, because if I'm holding it in my hand, it doesn't slip out, because I have fingers that are always, holding it right there. So I really like that as well. Let's get into the ports here. Got my trusty mini cable. Oops. Okay. So totally fine, no problems there. Fits, never had an issue with it. Let's get into headphones. Again, you shouldn't have a problem, because it fits perfectly. Unless you have a big like headphone, you shouldn't really have a problem getting it in there. So what else can we talk about? Talk about the buttons. Buttons are okay. Let's throw in, again, for comparison, Distronic is a little bit bigger, and they actually made some incisions along the side here where they don't have any plastic. So when you push this, you actually get what feels like a button that doesn't have a case on it. And this is just a regular, just a regular case with plastic. So it is very responsive. Let's double tap to camera, and boom, there it is. We can do a screenshot too. There we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Screenshot. Boom. There it is. So pleased with it. I've never had any issues with the buttons whatsoever. The price was like $16 I picked it up for. So this is like 10. This is like 16. And if you guys wanted to go pick out a case, I would say this one. I like the reinforced, edges. I like the look of this. I've never had a problem with like any of these screw looking things popping off, because I think they're just like glued on. But the other thing I will say is that I carried this one for a little over a month, like month and a half. I probably had this one on my case for or on my phone for like a month straight, and this picked up a lot of fingerprints, some scratches on it, and this still looks great. So I mean, that's something for you to think about. It is kind of like taste. If this is your style, then go for it. You will not be disappointed with this case unless you have a large headphone plug that you need to put in the jack there. But I think other than that, it is solid. So to take this thing off, I mean, you really gotta pry at the edges a little bit, pop it off. But yeah, comes off pretty easy, goes on pretty easy, and I mean, nothing beats. I love the feel of this without a case on it, but I can't afford a new phone when I drop this one and crack the screen like on the very first drop. So that is my review. I love this case. It is my top case as of right now. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.